Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have been discussing the deficiencies, probable deficiencies in autism. One thing is that their food intake, since the food intake is restricted, naturally there could be deficiencies, vitamin and other things like that. So you have to see, uh, if needed, we have to supplement those vitamins and all those things. Um, One thing is that our concept, Ayurvedic concept, is that the the digestive process in the gut, it influences. I have experiences with autistic children that when the digestive process, when their appetite and their bowel habits, everything, if you are able to put it set into right direction in the right path, then their behavior, there's a big differences in their behavior, their attention span, and all those things. It indicates that the so-called gut-brain axis, it's even in children with ADHD also. When the digestive, the basic metabolic process is set right, they show differences in their attention span, their hyperactivity, and their overall behavior. That is documented. I have documented evidence for this. This is the channel starts from the gut, and it ends up in like I said earlier, the sushma or the subtle part of the food, it nourishes the mind or the brain, the functions of the brain. So naturally, as you know, the some of the chemical brain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, etc. There are their reservoir is there in the gut. So naturally, when the process, like the Ayurveda explains it by some of the concepts like Kedara Kulya Nayam, Kalaya Kapota Nyayam, etc., etc. Which means that when in the paddy fields you clear those blocks, the water flows into each and every part of the field like that. When the srotases, the channels are cleared and the digestive fire, the Agni performs its function properly, the nutrients or whatever the body needs reaches to the concern, the specific parts of the body. So that is why the digestive process is very important in each and every patient, especially children with autism. But in the case of autism, our problem is that they have preferences and they don't eat anything else, anything other than that. So with these preferences, we start. The food we can make some changes in the food that the subtle I explained earlier, that subtle little bit of changes in the food, that in its taste or in its texture and all, adding some medicines into it, then making the digestive process into the bringing it to the proper platform to function, and it helps in changing the whole scenario. Okay, the next slide. Again, the general considerations are continued. We can introduce medicated food items, as I said earlier, to address the status of agony. See, a few things I can tell you here is a medicated porridge. Porridge, as you know, rice cooked or some cereals cooked in plenty of water. We used to add some like curry leaves, ginger, cumin seeds, and things like that accordingly, but not too much, which will change the taste of the food item. There used to be some change, but very, very slight change of taste. and consistency also. That is fructose. And medicated buttermilk. It depends whether the child takes buttermilk or not, whether the child takes porridge. Any food item we can alter like that. And medicated gooseberry juice, very good, very good. We still do that. Little bit of these uh, the things I have earlier said. We used to give some powder like Ashtachurnam and all mixed with this. Medicate little bit of Ashtachurnam and all mixed with this juices or buttermilk or the sports. Some different medicines to improve the Agni, the digestive level of the child. And gradually the child starts eating, the preferences changes and starts taking different, slightly different food items also. That also is recorded. Again, medicated gooseberry, then make appam, ilayapam and all. You know all those things. In Tamil Nadu also you have that ilayapam, isn't it, Doctor Rika? With herbs which are digestive, which have a property to improve digestion. We call it deepener tricks. It's Agni Deepi, which creates, which gives Agni Deepi, which promotes the Agni, the digestive power. Deepana and Pachana. Pachana helps in digesting in a little more different way, in a different way. Pachana, Deepana, Anulomana, which helps in the peristaltic movement and to expel the evacuation, helps in evacuation also. Deepana, Pachana, Anulomana, and Krimihara, of course, that it acts against the anti-helmintic properties. Things, Ashtachurnam and all does have that now, like that. Okay, next. Again, coming back to what should be avoided. As you know all those things, avoid processed food, junk food, dairy products. Of course, gluten and all those dairy products, there are some papers around the world, but it's not all the scientific people are not with that, but we go with that. Generally, we restrict dairy products and gluten. Some of the patients, they take dairy products, they take gluten, wheat and all, but they said that they tried this for quite some time and there was not much difference. And some of them say that there are some difference. Anyway, it depends upon, I think it depends upon the children, and we can suggest accordingly. Anyway, artificial additives and flavoring has to be avoided. Okay. See, now we are coming to another part of the this thing. This time it seems okay. That is prevention. Whether we will be able to prevent autism. It's a question. And the thing is that the actual cause of autism is still unknown. Without knowing the cause, how can we prevent that? But Ayurveda has a concept, and we have given a project like that to the Department of Ayush. I think it is on the deliberation. I think the thing is, there are some concepts like uh, the purity of the gametes, bija shuddhi, anda shuddhi, etc. That is the purity of the gametes before it becomes the zygote. So this has to start from the age of adolescence. Then divided in three groups, like in the adolescence age, then from there to the first time they engage to a marriage, then up till marriage there's a different phase, then marriage to this childbirth there's a different stage, then the pregnancy period, then the perinatal newborn period, the toddler, up till adolescence. You take the individual advice on diet, regimes, purificatory methods, the mindset, the attitude, everything. The part of the mind also is adjusting. Psychology also is addressing. So you may call it eugenics or something, but it's not exactly eugenics. We are addressing the epigenetic purpose, and it is not to bring out the only the desirable aspects like what we do in the botany and all with plants. It is like to prevent those adverse things that may affect the next generation. So addressing the present generation, focusing the generations to come. That was the concept, and a project is submitted. I think Icons have started something initially. It was started initially. The project was given IT, but it is I don't know the status right now. Anyway, that is worth that part is worth the time, and I hope the government will take up Department of Aish, central government will take up the research project, of course. I I think for the next slide, I will put it right here. I know it's not exactly what to give to the notice. It is not like that. And you cannot say in case of autism what is the exact food that is good for this particular child, especially in autism, because the preferences are there. So you have to take care of the child with those specific preferences and make subtle level of alterations which will boost the agni, the digestive power of the child. And in future course of time, the child may start eating something slightly different from what the child has been eating for a period of time. So I said what we give, and for the homeopaths, I think it is easier to mix your medicines with the food items, and even you can give medicines which is palatable, and the drops put on the tongue, that is simply easier for you to do that. That can be tried, I think. And also the diet, you have to start mix your medicine. It's my suggestion that you mix your medicines, little bit of your medicines. You don't need much, like us. So you can mix it with the porridge or the buttermilk or whatever they eat, and without much difference in taste or texture, you can do that. So I think you have a better role in dealing with the dietary the problems of children with autism. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
and
Thank you so much for
thank
a
you very
wonderful.
much, thank you all.
Sir,
Thank you very
I
much.
think questions will be there. Let the participants ask by unmuting themselves. Uh,
Yeah, okay. I
Sir, I
have
have a
some.
question.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. If it is within your time, then I can ask you one question. My daughter has been diagnosed with ASD,
yeah.
but she does not take any milk or milk-related products. The only time she eats curd is like when I make some onion raita or something. And she does not eat any fruits or any kind of stuff. Like even if for juice, we have to force and give her. And she's very, very picky eater, and
Oh.
eats kind of only like pizzas and donuts and all those kind of stuff. Maybe we are in US right now. Maybe I don't know if the environment is causing her to eat that. So how can we overcome these kind of problems with the kids?
No,
And
what is his preferred food?
So sometimes she eats like rice and fish and other stuff, but mostly when she's adamant, she's focused on eating like pizzas and donuts and those kind of junk foods, the French
And junk food is
fries.
a big problem. Yeah, junk food is a big problem. You can see whatever is not desirable, you can keep it away. It takes time to adjust to it, but what is preferred, to introduce what is preferred means what we prefer is the difficult part. But in this case, the child takes yogurt. No?
Yeah, yeah,
Hello.
yeah. That's what he did.
Sorry, doctor, your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
The child takes yogurt, isn't it?
Yogurt.
Yeah, she takes yogurt, but in the form of like onion raita. I have to give her. Then only she takes the yogurt.
And in the yogurt you can mix some you make a slight change, which is the jeera she takes. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes, doctor. Yes, doctor. I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, jeera she takes jeera.
Yeah. She takes jeera. Yeah, gulab
Yeah,
jamun
then
and jeera.
fry take a few spoonful of jeera and fry it and put this yogurt into it and mix it and start giving.
Okay.
It tastes a different. See, things like that. If you make slight change in the taste, and which is which is digestive. Jeera is good. Like that, curry leaves are good. Dried ginger is good. Even the wet ginger is good. All these things you can mix. This mallara, the flour of rice flour.
Oh, rice
Mallar.
flour. Yeah.
Mallar.
Mallar, I don't know, but rice flour, I know.
Rice flour, we call it mallar. I don't know what in Malayalam we call mallar.
Arsi maavu in Tamil. Arsi maavu in Tamil.
It is not arsi maavu. You search mallar in Malayalam is the rice is fried.
Oh, okay.
In puja in temples you use mallar. Ganapati temples and mallar, you know that they like the pori, the pori of rice.
Okay. Poha kind of
It
stuff.
is the pori of rice. It is so light that it is easily digestible, and it is given for even vomiting, and it can be made into a porridge and mixed with these things like that, which jeera and all, or a little bit of jaggery or something, or a little bit of sugar sometimes. I mean, sugar, not sugar, salt sometimes to make the taste different. It can be given. So whatever she eats, if yogurt he takes, then make it a bit more digestive with some of these drugs and let it take. But don't put it too much of it. It makes a big difference in taste. Okay.
I think he's referring to.
Thank you so much.
Nel pori, I think. Nel pori.
Nel pori, that is malari.
Arasi. Very light.
Pori.
Yeah. We make sweets out of it actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's your name, please? May I know your name?
My name is Mani. I'm from USA. My child is a patient of Dr. Rekha actually.
You are right now. You are in US. Okay. These things are available there. It seems. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is available.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question, sir. Can medicines be? You were referring to some Ashta Churnam, something like that.
Yeah.
Medicated amla juice and any medicines which are harmless, which can be safely added to children's food, which you can recommend. So mostly we have to go and consult the Ayurvedic doctors.
See,
but,
this
without consultation, anything can be added. Like safe.
Now, this Ashtachurnam is a simple medicine. You see, it can be given as a powder. It can be mixed with honey. It can be mixed with buttermilk. and you put some half a teaspoon of Ashtachurna in 3 or 4 glasses of water, just boil it, filter it, then make the porridge in this water. See the changes in the making cooking food, that makes a difference. This arasi pori, what you call the
Nelpuri.
uh, malare malar can when you make that malar nelpuri, that also can be mixed cooked with this astachurnam, like you make the water, as I said earlier, half a teaspoon of astachurna in 4 or 5 glasses of water, filter it, then put this arasi, that nelpuri, uh, the water, pour the water into the nelpuri, then boil it, it becomes a porridge, kanni. Okay. And like Ashtachurnam, there is one another thing, Talisa Patra Vatakam. That also is very good. That can also be given with honey or buttermilk, or not exactly with buttermilk, honey, or with you do the same. Boil it with water, filter it, then use the water to cook some food in it, and becomes tasty also. Okay. Hello.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear.
Hello.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Any other questions you can ask,
Talisa
sir?
Patra Vadagam and Ashtachurnam. These three things, Talisa Patra Vadagam, Ashtachurnam, and Rajanyadi Churnam. That's another one. These also can be given like the way I said earlier.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So may I ask you one question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, you told about these medicines, no? Actually, when these patients are not presenting any gut symptoms, they are only presenting their mental symptoms, then also we can give these? You mean like that?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Even if
Okay.
they don't present any gut symptoms, mostly they present. Most of the children with autism, they have a problem with their gut, their digestion, their defecation,
Okay.
everything. You observe that defecation,
That we haven't ever checked.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
observe that.
that is.
See,
That
I
we
have a
haven't
case
checked.
of with
Uh-huh.
I have
Okay.
I met with a case with autism. The child used to get vomiting in once a while, once in a month or so, continuous for a 1 or 2 days or 2-3 days. He used to get admitted in the hospital and used to get IV fluids and all. So he was seen by different specialists, and somehow I thought that I'll just go for an EEG, and when it was done, it was because of he was having uh, epileptiform disorders, and we treated for that, and it was controlled. So the gut is always related to your brain. There is a definite connection with your brain, and even if the child doesn't show any symptoms with the gut symptoms, you have to. That is the route, to make your body.
Okay. Uh-huh.
You eat. You are what you eat.
Okay. Okay, sir. So one more thing, when the dairy products are causing a complaint, why should we, in the above case, we heard that the child takes yogurt, we can mix medicine with yogurt.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
that
question.
is again a dairy product, no?
That's a good question. I was expecting that. Is that Rega, Dr. Rega?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good question.
Okay. Okay. Okay, very good question. The thing is, the dairy products and the gluten and all are some theories. We don't know whether it is correct or not. And in some cases, they say that. In some other cases, they say that it has no effect at all. And one thing. The next thing is that we are medicating it. We're making some changes, subtle level in the yogurt. In ghee, we used to give ghee. Ghee also we used to give with some medication like
Medicine.
this. So it changes the context, and the child may take it also. In other ways, without these medication, he or she, the child may not take yogurt or ghee or whatever. But with this slight change in the smell, taste, or texture or whatever, and most of the time the children they take the food.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay.
That is nice. Then, sir, wheat, you told wheat contains gluten, no? So when we
Yeah.
make our chapati or whichever we feel it as good for health, like chapati or godam dosha or everything we make at home, no, for children.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all these porridges are again sugar. That also, actually, they are telling that they are giving only homely food, and they are
Yeah.
giving this. So how can we restrict that?
In the sense, without giving, not giving wheat and all,
They are not at all
not
giving
giving.
anything. Yeah, how they are not giving any biscuits or anything like that from outside. Purely
It is.
depending on homely food. Then, but they are using this chapati or godam dosha or some. All those are wheat again. But again, how can I
Yeah. Yeah.
we?
No,
Uh,
no. Rice instead of rice, prefer if the child prefers only. I have a case with from Tamil Nadu, Salem or something. As an inpatient, the child, the mother used to tell me that the child is very doesn't eat the rice you get here, but if I can get some ponni rice from there, Tamil Nadu,
uh-huh,
I think
okay.
he will eat. And we
Uh-huh,
finally got some ponni rice from Tamil Nadu, and she started eating. So,
okay.
see, naturally we check the weight and all, whether the development or the growth is appropriate to the age or not. If it is not, then we assume that there is some problem with the digestion end. So
Okay.
naturally, even in my experience, even I used to give if the child likes chapatis and all, I used to advise them to take chapatis with some medicines in it, like what I said
That's
earlier.
okay. Okay. We should provide it with medicines.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
But
sir. Thank you.
be
Dr.
careful
Sir,
that don't make much of a change in the
Taste.
taste
Okay.
and the yeah,
Anyway, dried ginger can be added. No, dried ginger
yeah, yeah,
and all slightest amount can be added. That is
yeah,
what
yeah,
you mean.
yeah. Yes, yes,
Okay, sir.
yes.
Dr. Sir,
Thank
one
you,
last
sir.
question.
Thank you.
Can
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
can both homeopathy and Ayurvedic medicine can go in hand, like for ASD student,
I
Sure,
ASD
think
sure. It can go hand in hand.
kids?
I I I think I am living it a homeopath for 30 years or so now. I don't feel any problem up till now. So the medicine, I know it's the dog part of it. But I think we have given medicines, homeopathy and Ayurveda together. There was no problem. I don't know whether
Doctor,
there is clinical study or not, but
one last question,
hello.
doctor. I mean,
Yeah.
I've discussed this with Dr. Rekha. Like whenever my child is subjected to vaccination, the ASD symptom stream seems to trigger.
Yeah.
Like, so do you have any recommendations at that time for the kid to calm down or kind of stuff? Because
Oh,
for 1 or 2 weeks after the vaccination, uh,
vaccination, you mean injections?
right, right, right.
Yeah. No,
So, are there any recommendations?
when you said vaccinations, means it is different medicines, not the same one. Every medicine, every vaccination uh, triggers this increase in symptoms means the process of vaccination is the problem. That means
Sure. Yeah, video stuck.
the process of injecting thing. They reject that generally. It may not be because of the medicines injected inside. It could be because of the psychological, the fear factor, or it is there in children with autism. Na? They reject what something new. The vaccination is not a daily thing. It happens only once in a while, and it is painful also. So naturally, there is a resistance inside. The child may be resisting that, and as a result of that, the symptoms may go up. I think it is like that. It's not because of the medicine problem, probably. Because the different vaccines are given, same symptoms are produced. So the common factor is the process of vaccination.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Okay.
One thing I need to,
I
I like to add, uh, Ayurvedic and homeopathic medicines
Yeah.
can go together, but homeopathic medicines will
Yeah.
be acting little less after Ayurvedic preparations. So we will keep it daily dosage, or we will increase the dosage, or we will adapt according to the need. But dietary things,
You mean
yeah, dietary things will be
you
okay.
mean if homeopathic and Ayurvedic medicines are given together, the homeopathy action of the homeopathy medicine will come down. That's what you said, now.
It will be stopped. Yeah,
It will be stopped.
yeah,
It is
stopped.
not my experience.
No, it's not. That's not our experience. Okay.
Not our
We give
experience.
higher potencies because their medicine is in
Uh-huh.
a lower potencies. Now, when we consider it as the potency level, so we can
Okay.
use higher potencies.
Higher
Don't affect us.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
And,
Like you go into a 10
Okay.
potency, no, 10 or like that potency. If you go,
that
it
will not
will
be
not
an issue.
interfere because because their
No,
medicines is
even if it happens by repetition, we can
maybe
adjust. That's what I
some
thought.
medicines may
Yeah,
some
medicine.
medicines may because because they are the herbs, no, whatever they are giving, what we give also maybe a vegetable remedy.
Yeah.
Maybe it can happen,
Maybe,
but not
maybe.
always.
That's what.
Maybe
It's the case
maybe
to
with
case.
certain
And,
medicines, but not always.
as a precaution,
I
I
can
think
get
the homeopathic give the homeopathic medicines first you give the medicine homeopathic, then
Yeah.
you secondly you give Ayurvedic medicine, and after a gap of time, I'd
Yes.
say 1 hour
And
or so, 1
whatever
hour or
recommendations you have given, I think that will not interfere because most are food based, like amla juice and other
Yeah.
things. They will be perfectly
That's
fine.
okay.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions? Any other questions?
I have a question. Can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Myself, Frija, I'm from Palakkad. My son is 17-year-old. He is into Ayurvedic treatment. But for the last 10 years, he has an issue like the moment he eats his food, immediately within 5 minutes, it's coming back to his mouth. So first I thought it is indigestion, but I have done all sorts, means I give only homely food and as said, cumins, dry ginger, that all I have tried. I am still giving on. But now
No.
somehow I came to know that he's purposely doing it. Can it be done? Can it be done purposefully? That is what my doubt is.
No, that also is there. Whatever you give, you vomit out. That also is
No,
there in
not
some of the
vomiting.
cases.
Yeah.
It's
Just
not
just
vomiting.
spitting out.
Yeah, spit.
He's not spitting also. It is
Yeah, it
he
is coming out.
the
Yeah. That is
the food is going inside the stomach. He's chewing and eating it. After
Yeah.
the food, after when he's relaxing, it is coming to his mouth.
For how
And
long?
he's not spitting. For how long? Within an hour. After as the time increases, it slows down. Immediately within 10 to 15, within half an hour, it is the.
Have you ever done an EEG on him?
Yeah, he had a seizure. He is under treatment for that.
The recent EEG is done?
Last it was done in 2018 when he got his first seizure.
At that time, this symptom was there?
Yeah, this is there for the last 10 years.
10 years, yeah. I think,
But,
no, anyway, you you're regularly consulting the neuro, na?
neuro, no, I am into Ayurvedic treatment for this.
No neuro medicines now?
No, only Ayurvedic medicines.
And I think you have to go for an EEG right now and see how it is there, how it is. And if needed, some assistance of neuromedicines for seizures has to be along with the Ayurvedic. We used to do that, then slowly withdraw that medicines. And the case I referred to earlier, in the beginning, we started with neuromedicines. I told you that the child was vomiting. Yeah. And gradually we taper the dose, then we started giving Ayurvedic drugs. and at present is on Ayurvedic drugs only.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
If I could add,
So
there is one rumination syndrome where the food comes back because of it could be psychological or neurological, as sir said. So, reason, if you could get the reason why it's happening, like
Why
before
it's
the
happening
problem
means if we
and after
notice
the
him at
problem. Yeah. No, just 10 years
no,
back,
this
what
is
happened, something like that. If you can get the details,
that.
so that those things
yeah,
may
yeah, yeah.
help
That's
in
no,
pinpointing the reason.
what I was referring to.
Yeah.
What I was referring to was an option.
Yeah,
It could be.
it could be.
It may not be also. So
No, first all we said
an
that it's
option.
because of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
belching
You
or
have to
gas
find out.
problem or that
No,
all we've thought.
I understand. It's just
So, but
regurgitating. It's not
yeah,
vomiting
but
or it is
yeah,
not.
but now
It's coming back. Yeah.
no, but yeah, it
Rumination.
is coming back
Yeah, yeah.
now. Why I feel it is purposeful is because I see him playing with his stomach. He's trying to like if we
Yeah, that's
notice
And
him immediately after the food,
another thing is,
I
if you have that epileptiform discharges, which is gut related, then when you eat food, you have some problem in stomach, and naturally what happens is that vagus, this thing comes and the food comes out. That was there with a child with autism, a girl child, and she also is much better now. But she is still on some anti-epileptic drugs. They stopped the drugs and it was it went worse. Then I started medicines and they tapered the dose and still on little bit of medicines along with our medicine, and the vomiting stops. And then the coming out of the drug, it is not exactly vomiting as you said. The food used to come out.
but after an hour of food, it stops also. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
within
yeah,
an
yeah.
hour.
It is the same. It is the same. Not every time. Sometimes in the morning,
No,
it is
it
like that.
happens every time with him.
every time.
Daily after the food, it happens with yeah.
I will recommend
Each
you.
and
Anyway, it is
every
good
food.
to
You
have a.
add homeopath also in your list. You go to a homeopath and know his
Yeah, yeah,
mental
yeah, yeah.
symptoms. That may help.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, I like to remind
Maybe
less than 1 minute. This session will be over. So we'll be keep talking till the session is over. Yeah, Ramya, please.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
okay. Can
I'm
I?
asking whether it is a gastric reflux. The
It
stomach
could
is
be.
too,
Yeah, just like in Nux
It could
vomica,
be.
it's reverse regurgitation, reverse peristalsis. It could be, or
It
it could
it
be
could
psychological.
be. It